Welcome back to the channel. We are headed back over to grab two 351 roller motors that we had found over at the junkyard in today's video. 351 Windsor roller motors are undoubtedly one of the most budget, forgotten powerhouses in a Ford pushrod small block Windsor family. So let's go ahead and get in the truck, head on over to the yard and get these things loaded. All right guys, we just got here to Affordable Auto Parts, and when you're picking up engines, it's always smart to grab some straps, but grab a couple extra spare tires. Spare tires definitely help, you know, get the stability of the engine, you know, put it on the back of your trailer or on your truck or whatever. What we have here is two 351 Windsor engines pulled. These are EFI roller motors. One was a 94 and I think the other one was like a 97. We're gonna get these things loaded up on their truck because these 351s are really useful for when you're trying to make power on your Fox body or just your Ford in general. So they definitely need to be stripped down, and literally all I really want is the rods and the block for the most part, but there's some good useful parts on here that you can still use, the intakes and such. So grab us a couple straps out of the truck. You can see how nasty Ohio is. Look at my poor truck. This thing needs a serious bath. It's crazy. Such are the woes. Look at my carpet. Such are the woes of living in Ohio. It is what it is. Grab a couple straps so we can strap them all down. So when they load it up, you're ready to go. Hey, what's up, Junior? Load us up, brother. Load us up. Dang. That's what I need right here. That's what I need at the shop right here. So we'll be able to get there's already a couple straps. See, let me tell you what, guys, seatbelts, probably the best strap that you could ever buy. I mean, if you got a car that's you're scrapping out or whatever, cut the seatbelts out of it. This stuff is so hardcore when it comes to lifting heavy weight. We've been using seatbelts for years, just lifting motors and such. So let me go ahead and yeah. Come on in, brother. So what he'll do is he'll put this right in the back of my truck. Hell yeah. Them hydros, man, them hydros is frozen. Not really, it's like 50 degrees out here. It's actually really kind of warm for Ohio. I'm trying to put it up further into the truck. Bring it up, tilt it on down.
I'm not gonna tilt it.
You know?
No, it's gonna slide out there.
Yeah?
I'll go a little bit more.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah. Let me pull on it. There we go. Come on down. Oh, shit. There we go. That should be enough room. Maybe we'll sneak the other one over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. There's a seatbelt here. So this one's not as loaded per se, but we should be able to get it. Let's put it right here. Perfect. Should be able to get this thing up and in a good location. Might have to run with the tailgate down. We will see. Maybe, maybe not. Come on in. Come on in, Junior. Go ahead, set her down a little bit. Set her down a little bit. Perfect.
Got it?
Yeah. I think we might be able to get the tailgate down. Or, yeah, look at that. Good job, Junior. Appreciate you.
Hey, no problem, man.
Thank you.
Yep.
We'll get it strapped down and get out of here. Happy New Year. All right, guys, we got everything strapped down. I think it'll be okay. You got to hear on the tires, you got the straps all nice and like secure to keep it from like actually falling down. So yeah, 2 more 351 Windsor rollers, man. Let's have it. Can't wait to get them apart. Really, the only things, we'll talk more when we get back to the shop. All right, now to strategically back these things up to the shop. I'm gonna go ahead and get these things unloaded. Put one on a engine stand and the other one will go probably over here to the side, you know, until it's not supposed to snow anytime soon. So we'll be able to go ahead and plant it right here and get the other one dismounted. But to be honest with you guys, there's a lot of stuff we don't need. 351 Windsor, only thing I really want is the a good core block, the crankshaft, and probably just a rod and piston pins. So everything else is kind of scheduled to either be salvaged or you know, maybe just put in a pile for another time. I mean, it doesn't look like much here, but you know, we got some plans. You know, let me go in here and show you one of the plans. I mentioned it on my live stream before. We've actually talked about it in other videos, but let me go in and show you. If you guys remember, the Black Car's original motor, which is now the 410, had a 30 over motor in it, and it was just a stock bottom end 357 whatever. These are nice Wiseco forged. These are factory rods. You can see the one bend in this one. We bent a couple of them on that motor, but have some really good clean pistons that we can put in another block and maybe 30 over the motor. So that's definitely something that we want to do. And the other thing that we were thinking about doing with one of these blocks is we were thinking about putting a 408 zero balance 408 motor together and maybe do a sweepstakes or something for it here on the channel, because since we have a number of 351 Windsor roller motors now, it might be something that is doable. So, you know, stay tuned for that. If we decide to do that, Cousin Paul's on his tear right now with his, let me check out that paint. Hey, I want to show you something real quick. This hasn't had anything to do with the video. We ordered this from NPD, big shout out to NPD, but Argent Silver paint. This is a Ford Motorsport, whatever, Motorcraft can, whatever. We were restoring some pony wheels, and it's a very good color. We're gonna throw some 2K clear on them. You know, we do a lot of restoring with stuff like that, and people, you know, people need some pony wheels. Usually those are powder coated for the most part, but we'll clean them up, make them as nice as we can. So let's go ahead and get these motors loaded here, and we'll call it a video. We always hide our bolts right here. Oop, I got it. Go ahead. Hang on a second, Frederick. This is kind of a process getting these things off the truck. It's always nice to have a loader. I wish I had one of those loaders like they did over at the over at the junkyard, but yeah. All right, so we ended up getting the first one on. Had to take the flywheel off and stuff. Not a big deal. We actually have a bunch of engine stands, and we had to lubricate the. It had been sitting for so long. This thing didn't want to move at all. So got one more to get. Like I said, we're gonna come out here and put it on the pavement for now. We'll get this thing stripped down and kind of put in storage for when we're about ready to do something with them. But I'm really excited, man. I got a handful of you know, 351 Windsor roller motors and stuff that we can do, you know, engine builds with. Like I talked about earlier just a minute ago, might be something of consideration to do like a sweepstakes on a 408, like a zero balance 408 production block. You know, something here on the channel, something new, something different to do a couple times a year. I don't know. I talked to Dave Dahlk, the mad scientist, about it, and he seemed like he was down, you know, to do something cool like that. But one thing you got to consider is the back orders themselves. So we'll see if we can actually get the product to even, you know, start an engine build like that. So let's we'll hurry up and get this engine off, and then that's pretty much all I got for you guys. You know, if you guys enjoy this sort of stuff, you enjoy this sort of content on the channel with me, Cousin Fred, and Cousin Paul, you know, these 351 Windsors, we'll do a couple videos on tearing them down to see how good they are. see if maybe they might have another 387 candidate in the making. But hit that like and subscribe if you enjoy the channel. Check out that join button if you want to donate to the channel. But outside of that, we appreciate you watching, channel. We'll see you soon.